European Commission will allocate 50 million euros to Ukraine to rebuild and modernize its port infrastructure. This was stated by Ursula von der Leyen. In her opinion, this should support Kyiv's efforts to ensure global food security. Even as Ukraine continues to suffer from Russia's illegal, unjustified, and unprovoked aggression, the brave people of your country have continued to supply agricultural produce to the world, helping to alleviate global food security. Ursula von der Leyen, President of the European Commission, on the social network X, formerly Twitter. Despite the Russian aggression, Ukraine continues to supply agricultural products to the whole world market, reducing the problem of food security. Thus, in October, according to the head of the European Commission, Ukraine exported 4,600,000 tons of grain by sea and land transport, and European investments should allow Ukraine to return to pre-war volumes of grain supplies to world markets, believes Ursula von der Leyen. But for this to happen, the security of the sea corridor in the Black Sea must be guaranteed. Following the second International Summit on Food Security, Grain for Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelenskyy said that Ukraine had agreed with its partners to receive combat ships to ensure the safety of ships in Black Sea.
Our joint humanitarian initiative, Grain from Ukraine, has united almost 40 countries and many international organizations. We help those in the world who suffer most from food shortages. We help despite constant Russian terror, constant attempts to disrupt our food exports.
According to Volodymyr Zelenskyy, the Odessa region will also be protected by additional air defense systems, which have already been agreed upon with partners. They confirmed their faith in Ukraine and its export opportunities by allocating $100 million on November 25th to purchase Ukrainian grain for the countries that need it most. In particular, Lithuania will provide 2 million euros for the Grain from Ukraine initiative, Switzerland will provide over 3 million euros, and Sweden announced an additional amount of over 8 million euros.
Pleased to announce that Sweden will provide another 100 million crowns to the Grain from Ukraine initiative via World Food Programme. Ukraine continues to contribute to global food security despite Russia's continuous war of aggression. Ulf Kristersson, Prime Minister of Sweden, on social network X, formerly Twitter.
Under the Grain from Ukraine initiative, 170,000 tons of food has already been sent to Ethiopia, Somalia, and Kenya. Another 25,000 tons of food products are being prepared for shipment to Nigeria. At the same time, in 2022 alone, Russia illegally exported dozens of grain ships from the occupied regions of Ukraine and used the proceeds from the sale to finance the war against Ukraine.
The occupiers prepared technical means to steal and export 12,000 tons of grain from the captured territories every day. They succeeded partially because the heroic resistance of Ukrainians forced the enemy to retreat. But the amount stolen is impressive. Millions of tons of grain worth about $1 billion. Denis Shmyhal, Prime Minister of Ukraine, from the speech at the Second International Summit, Grain from Ukraine.
However, according to the head of the Ukrainian government, Ukrainian agricultural exports have been and will remain a stabilizing factor in the global food market. The current forecast for Ukraine's harvest is more than 79 million tons. 25% is enough for domestic needs. The rest will be sent to countries with a threat of famine. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Natalia Husak, Volodymyr Shtengelov, UATV News.